with me. I'm going to ask you some questions, and it's question that I mainly get from people when they come, and they come to look at a modular home. But I want Coleman to tell me the difference between a mod and a manufactured home.
The difference between a mod and a mobile is the building code they are built to. So on a mobile home, you have a national HUD code that is pretty much the same from here to Washington State, but you have different thermal zones, you have different wind zones. Mobile homes, they stay on the frame. Our modulars that we do off-frame modulars. So they come off the frame onto a permanent foundation. On our mod, our floor joists are 2x10s. On our mobiles, our floor joists are 2x6s. But on the mobiles, they have the 12-inch I-beam with outriggers going to the exterior walls. But that's the main difference in them. Now, to get kind of technical with it, on a modular, you can order it with no siding. You can order it with no shingles. You can order essentially a shell, a incomplete product, and then Aiken Housing Center can take it on site and finish it out. We can put a metal roof on it. We can put hardy board. We can put hardwood floors. We can put LVP. We can put granite countertops, all that good stuff. So, now, a mobile, it has to be a complete product when it leaves the factory to pass HUD inspections. So a mobile on a mobile, it has to leave the factory a complete product. So if you wanted to, hey, I don't want vinyl siding, I want hardy board. Well, I would have to pull off this siding on site and reinstall hardy board versus a modular. I can order it with it ready to install hardy board. Now the main difference you're going to see with the eye is you see a red tag right there. On the green one, that is a HUD label. That is a dead giveaway that it is a mobile home now. A modular is not going to have that. A modular is going to have a mod label number, and that's typically going to be located underneath the sink in the house.
Okay.
On a modular, you can put it downtown Aiken, city limits, as long as your local zoning, covenants, deed restrictions, all that good stuff allows it.
And what did you say the difference for the structure?
The structure, the main thing is the floor joist. On a modular, it comes on a permanent load-bearing footer and curtain wall foundation that has 2x10 floor joists. On a mobile home, the brick skirting on a mobile home is not load-bearing. So it is set up, and then we install the brick, which on a modular, we build the foundation first, lift it off the frame, and put it on a permanent foundation.
So what is the structure in a manufactured home?
It's a flooring system in the foundation, but as far as the walls, so on a mobile home, you can get 2x6 exterior walls. On a modular, you can get 2x6 exterior walls. The trusses are going to be just about the same, depending on what pitch roof you get. On a mobile, the highest I can do that we offer is a 612 roof pitch on a mobile that has scissor trusses. On a modular, they can do a 712, which gives you more attic space and attic access.
So can you do a second floor on a modular?
You can. Yeah,
Okay.
you can go to a 912 roof pitch or a 1212, and we can finish it upstairs. It has a 4-foot high knee wall that comes up and comes over, but we can't finish it out on site.
What would you say the average difference of cost is?
Apples to apples, between typically 20 to 40,000 roughly, and most of that comes up in the setup and the foundation itself.
Okay. What's the difference in the timeline for setting up a manufactured home and a modular home?
That's a loaded question because it all depends on the site and how it looks. So from the time it hits the foundation, they're typically going to be 6 to 8 weeks, depending on what porches I have to do. Those add time. Garages add time.
But you have to get a crane to lift both, even if it's a manufactured or a modular. You have to get a crane to lift them.
Typically, yeah. A lot of times you can do a mobile raised roof with a boom truck. It's a little bit less expensive, but it's still a part of the scheduling, and it still adds a little bit of length to the process. Anything you do that's going to be more customization and more work involved in the field is going to add to it. The more I can get done from the factory and it's there ready, it's going to shorten the process out.
Okay. What do you think about the resale value?
Last 5 years since COVID and the inflation we saw, I've seen people, sell them when they sell a mobile home, they sell with a piece of land. I've seen them make money. It all depends on the condition of the house, the market condition, the location. It's most of the time it's the location to me is where that's going to make the really, really big difference. Flooring. I get a lot of people ask me, how do I get rid of the strip between my vinyl, my linoleum.
That is a good idea for people who.
Idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Everybody thinks that they got to go ahead and get the septic tank in their well. Well, when you buy a home, you don't want to go ahead and get your septic tank. For what reason?
Well, because we're pulling the house on, and we don't want to run it over, crush the drain field, crush the tank, and you know, it's kind of touching on site prep too. That's the most time advantage thing somebody can do is get a perk test on the property.
Yeah.
Even if you don't plan on doing anything for another 2 or 3 years, but you know initially this is where I want to sit my house on this land down the road. Go ahead and get a perk test. In Aiken County, or typically in South Carolina, they're good for 5 years. That saves so much time. We can go ahead and price it, know that factor, and just kind of get that thing put behind us.
See y'all later. Next time. See y'all.
Ask for Cathy Kaiser.